Yes, so we are waiting. Arnold wanted to say something, but I don't know if he is here right now.
As you know, the connection, the network on the camp is not good like some other people where they are. So
Yeah.
he wanted to say something, but he's off the line, and maybe he will talk when he comes. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm
Thank
Amanda
you.
Brody.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Uh, Thanks for everyone. And I think, is it BLMP? That is Black Life Migration. Is it project? Yeah. I think, are you in touch with it?
No, I think Mike have been in touch with them before. But I don't think Mike is here right now. But I know that he has had contact with them before.
Okay, I think we can still do cooperate with them and talk with them. They have some important things which they can share with us, which can be helpful to us. And I think we can follow that page and we'll talk to them and see how they will help. And another, I think the main organizations, Amnesty International, and I think we have to get more and at least we reach to some presidents, but you know, for us here, we don't have that access of reaching to some presidents like those who can hear our voice, our cries, and do something. But if we get their emails, we can write them. But because we don't know where to get them, that's why we are sending this request to you so that you at least write to your president, your big person who can help, like those in politics who has that mercy of humanity. Please try to contact them, and at least we get that support. But for sure, this is not a thing of eating. Yes, eating is allowed. You cannot be somewhere when you don't have food. But first of all, our first priority is our lives. We don't want to lose more lives, and we are tired of seeing people perishing. Today, it is the other one. Tomorrow, it will be me. So that's why we cannot just sit down and relax and say that, please, him send me like $20. This one send me this and this. I don't have food. I don't want this. That's not what we are looking for. We are looking for right now. We are looking for the support of how we can be helped or supported, like to get a safer place to be in as we LGBT people in the camp. We appreciate everything and we are happy, but this time around, looking for the way how we can be helped. Organizations are there. We can send you like if you don't like there might be some people who need some emails for the UNHCR officials. We can forward them. You can inbox him or me or anyone if you need those emails, so that you can write to them and tell them about our situation, because I know they are there seated and doing knowing what is going on, but they're just silent. And if you push and you put that pressure on them, I think they'll come out and do something. But we are facing a lot in the camp. Trauma, people running mad. Seriously, this is not a joke. People running mad in the camp. People are getting sicknesses. We are totally sick in our minds, our brains, for sure. What we can tell, we have even more than 5 books each person to make it full because of what he or she has experienced in the camp. This is not talking about where I ran from, but we are talking about Kakuma refugee camp, the place where we found more dangerous people, those we've never met in our lives, and we are still living with them. We go to fetch water with them and they fight you from there. You go to buy something from the shop, you find a certain person who doesn't like you, he cannot take your money, you know, a person who can call you different names, a person who wants to beat you. Once he or she sees you, he gets a stone. This is a place where discrimination starts from the kids, young kids, up to the highest level. You know, these people, they don't care. They don't care anymore. They don't like to know. You can find a little kid come and assault you in front of many people and assault you and abuse you and call you gay, transgender, this and this in a public full of many people who can even beat you and kill you. This is the community where all kids are being taught that those people are LGBT and LGBT are the people who does this and this, and the kid grows with that into the mind and take it into his or her mind and say those are bad people. Once he or she reaches at you, he will just abuse you. A little kid, and they start beating the young kids for the LGBT people. So please, we've tried to do everything. They say that we make a dialogue with them, and we accepted. We thought that it would be somehow better, but it is worsening every day. Once we get any attack, they come out and pretend like they are making some investigations, and yet they know the people who attack us. When they go back into their offices, they sit into their meetings and discuss about us. And the solution they come up with is to call those people who usually talk on media, like those representatives. They call you that, please come and discuss about your situation. You go knowing that you're going to be helped. Reaching there, they take you, or they put you behind bars, they arrest you. In their pretending of calling you that they are going to discuss important things with you. And once you reach there, they change, they turn against you, they take you or they arrest you. And once they arrest you, they need money to get out if you don't bribe them. These are the people, once they arrest you, like if someone burnt your shelter, when you go to police to report, they get you and they put you somewhere and they say that you say, while we are recording you, you say that you people, you know the people who burnt, and they say that we burn ourselves. These things are serious. No one can kill a certain person. You cannot come up with an idea of killing a little child, a kid of just 5 to 2 weeks. And once you go to ask for protection, they arrest you. They want you to confess things which even you don't know. Things which they told me when I was there. Life is not, I don't know, for sure. What we are trying to cry out for protection. When it becomes to transgenders, these are the most wanted people. here in the camp, most wanted by the homophobic people because of the dressing codes. Even if when you try to say that, let me pretend and put on other clothing, they mark your face. Once they see you, there and then they will start stoning you, beating you, chasing you. Some of us even fear to be many in a certain place like gathering. We try to do that for protection, to protect ourselves. But once again, once there is here, many LGBT people are gathered together, what they can do, they call police that people are making disturbance, making a lot of noise. They arrest you. These are the people, once they hear there's a certain group of LGBT people who are into that community, they come and attack you. So we stay in hide, we are always in hide. Some of us, we don't move away from our shelters from morning to evening. Everything you do it when you're inside. You fear to walk. The only transport which can take you like in an easy way is motorbikes. And you can, when you don't have money to afford for the motorbike, then you be inside. You fear to send someone that can buy for me this because he might also get beaten. This is the place where many people are traumatized. People are running mad. People are running mad. People are mentally, what we can say, our minds are getting many things. We have many nightmares, bad dreams. This is what this is not what we expected. We expected a better thing. Yes, we get some little, like food, they give us food. Like when you go to the hospitals, they can give you some painkillers, like sort of something like that. You go and they have some simple support, giving us shelter, and the shelter, when they give it to you, people can attack you and take it, giving us like simple things, giving us soap, you know, like cooking oil. That's all what we get, and nothing much, but they were, they are mandated to support or to protect refugees. But LGBT people are like game pads. We are like games, like a draft that we are the dices. Like, let me take an example of Ludo, that we are dices. Those are people playing games on our lives. For them, killing an LGBT person, it is free to them. Killing someone, it is free. Torturing you, it is free. It is easy. For them, they see it as an easy thing. They don't care. But remember, we are human beings like them. We have the same blood. When you cut me and you cut one of them, we have the same blood. So what we are crying for, support. What I can say, please do something. My brother, my sister Eddie, you've raised up your hand. You can say something there.
Thanks for the platform. Probably I don't know whether what I'm going to talk about, they have already talked about it, but I've been trying to log in into the meeting, but the network is very disturbing this side of ours. Like what I wanted to talk about here is something that has become a business for the police and the police. These unnecessary arrests. this issue of arresting people, taking them to jail without telling them what they have done, and afterwards they ask for money. Worse, like for example, my sister Claire and other individuals were arrested just recently, and they asked for a big sum of money for them to be out. They didn't tell them what they have done. We have no people who can advocate for such things which are happening to us, and they will continue happening to us like the way they are happening now, because no one is talking to UNHCR, no one is talking to us to stop these unnecessary arrests. Because inside, as Claire has told you the stories, that in jail it's very, very, very bad. Like what happened to her and the other friends were beaten in jail, and nobody's coming out to hear these stories. When even if they talk to you, and nothing is done. But the big problem is we are facing it is advocacy. Please, if anyone can do that for us, I just came here to raise the point of advocacy. If anyone can do that for us, we shall be glad. And another issue is we have too many transgender people. Others are in different parts of Kakuma, Kakuma 1, Kakuma 2, Kakuma 3, Kaluboye. These people um need to be helped, like with food and
Yeah.
medication. Even other LGBT people are human, but this one should be helped. Like should be a priority. The kids and the transgenders.
Eddie,
That's the point. That's all I can say.
Eddie.
Yes.
Hi, this is Mike. The division of your community was on purpose because the smaller the groups or the more spread out you are, the less strong your voice. And so it was not accidental. And UNHCR can be blind and go, if everybody's spread out and lives all over everywhere, nobody knows who anybody is. But that's not the truth. And so the real reason why there's people on block 13 and on set block 7 and 3 or 2 whatever, the reason you all are separated is because you don't get to talk to each other and you don't get to see each other, and so it makes your whole community weaker. This this I, I would say this is deliberate, but it may have been just stupid because UNHCR has proven they're both untrustable and stupid. Okay. As far as advocacy, the only way to do it, because this has been a very good meeting, and I would recommend we do this every week, same time, same time, same time. This is a good time for me. I don't have good times, but this is a good time for me. But that's just me. But I would say let's do a weekly meeting all the time. And here is the whole point with advocacy. Everything we've done in this meeting has been really, really good. Everything you have done in this meeting has been really, really good, and uh, and you have addressed a whole lot of problems. And the main concern is we need advocacy, and we need a solution. And the solution will never come from UNHCR. It will come from somebody forcing UNHCR to come up with a solution. And so if Grace goes to block 13 and goes, we're really sorry and blah, 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 she may be doing her best, but the truth is she knows she's not honest, and she knows she's not going to help you. And so, as far as advocacy, we need nonprofit organizations, and not one or two, but little bitty organizations in Australia and in Sweden and in the United States and in Canada who will embrace your community. And I would suggest not Block 13 or not Kakuma or not even Kakuma in Nairobi, but Eastern Africa. In other words, if if we had an organization and it got a grant for $1,000, there's no reason it should go to Block 13 if Block 7 is starving to death. There's no reason it should go to Kakuma if Nairobi's starving to death. And so it's got to be divided up. And the flip side, as bad as Kakuma is, if you have 200 LGBT refugees in Nairobi without food, without shelter, and without any hope, they are going to come join you in hell. That's not what we want. We need it. I mean, I understand that everybody needs help at once, but if there was a division of money, I believe it would be split Uganda and Nairobi and Kakuma, and I would give emphasis across the whole board to transgender people, and I'm not transgender. So, but you grab the most vulnerable people and you help them first. Would you agree?
Yes, I agree. I think that there should. The thing is, if there's a Kenyan organisation, Human Rights Commission, I think they could be funded more, and they could, influence UNHCR Kenya more.
Hooray!
Is there some problem? Is there any problem?
I don't. I think Mike just forgot to
Mute?
mute his microphone.
Okay. Beatrice, you've been talking.
Yes, I'm thinking the Lesbian and Gay Human Rights Commission. I believe there is one in Kenya, like East Africa, if they were given a grant, and then they could also emphasis and put pressure on UNHCR to evacuate you from Block 30 or, Kakuma refugee camp.
Yeah.
The Kenyan, there's a LGBT organization in Kenya or East Nairobi. I think it's Black, and I'm thinking if someone, if they were given enough money, let's say, they could put pressure on UNHCR about your situation in Kakuma. Because I think you also need organizations in Kenya working on the situation in Block 13 as well.
Okay.
I just want to say that I just got a notification that we have around 9 minutes left.
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
I've got a notification there that we are running out of time.
Yeah, me
so I
too.
don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe we could close up and then yeah, see how we can continue to have connection with everyone in this meeting
Yeah.
to not lose what we have this wonderful meeting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. That's great. So you've been talking before, telling you. Were you saying something about the how are we going to? I'm happy for everyone's idea, and I'm happy for everyone's support. So please let us work together and look for more people, for more organizations. As Mike has said, that you have to look for non-profit organizations to come out, and Beatrice has said that he has some like uh, uh, like Kenya has some organizations, and my dear Eddie talked about the people who can stand on our sides. Like, I think that was talking about lawyers, you know, arrests. There are those who are disturbing us a lot because we are being arrested without knowing why, the reasons why you have been arrested. So we don't have someone to stand on our side. We are the one to fight for ourselves. Like, we don't have lawyers who can stand with us. So I think that's what he was trying to clarify. So
There.
please, yes, dear Mike.
I would say one thing: National LGBT Commission in Kenya has been reluctant to. It doesn't mean they don't care. It doesn't mean they're not helping, but they have been slow to respond to refugees in Nairobi and in Kakuma. But they are 6 lesbian lawyers, and we have their attention. We have their attention, and so there's a good chance that we can create a working relationship with them, where if some and best I can tell, and I don't know anything about this group and Victor's group because I don't understand the relationships, but there's a good chance we can get this group to help us or help you in situations where you need a lawyer, where not M or not Mike or not Rico or not Teresa goes, so we need help, but somebody within your organization or somebody within Nairobi goes, this is the situation and we need a lawyer, and we wouldn't have to go through trying to fund a lawyer. Yeah. The flip is there's a really good chance eventually that your group, I hate to say this in something where people can listen in, but anyway, your group may sometime file a lawsuit, damages against UNHCR or government of Kenya for breach of contract, for breach of agreed international law. And so everything that ever happens, there should be somebody who's putting it in a log. And I would suggest that you type it up and then you send it to somebody on the West, M, Viv, Teresa, somebody who's got more brains than me, and then you delete it off your phone. In other words, they record it and then you don't have it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was a very productive meeting, and the less I talk, the more I learn. So I've talked far too much in this meeting already, but I really think you all are a really good group, and that we can. Your community is going to continue to have really, really hard times, and that's just the truth. but I do believe that we can make a difference, just like everybody in the group, M and others have said, Joff. The more we coordinate together, the stronger we become.
Yes, I absolutely agree.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Eddie.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
And Arnold and Rasham, and I hope I have, yeah.
Joff.
Farah, and Yav. This meeting was very promising, and I am so happy to have you here. And just let's stay in touch. I will have the recordings, and I'm going to share it with you, and also make a brief, like, summarize what we have decided on or what we have discussed was the most important. Yeah. Claire or anyone else, do you wanna like say something before we say goodbye? We have around 3 minutes.
I'm thinking just to keep up writing reports and documents on what's going on, and to keep emailing organisations to keep the pressure up, and also maybe if there are, you know, Kenyan LGBT lawyers, perhaps, you know, email them as well, and draft letters and things like that, and certainly keep the pressure up on about the corruption on UNHCR, write reports on that as well, so people become informed and educated about it, because a lot of people aren't. It's the education that then people become informed about it as well, and perhaps, you know, petitions so people know how to take action. I think I don't know, I think although it might be that you are right to say that the LGBT thing in Kenya is slow to respond, but I believe we sort of need to have also an office in Nairobi. Perhaps it's because they're low funded, just because I think we need someone more on the ground in that country. But I think we need to get all these, you're absolutely right, Mike, get all these other organizations involved, and they do different bits, you know, do what they can to help, you know, defend these people, and you know, perhaps get lawyers or people like that to help them.
Thank you
Okay,
so
yeah,
much. Yeah.
stability. But you know, Tifa, her phone has a problem with Zoom. So she's here. She wants to say something to you. Hello?
Yes. Just the meeting might end, but like we can continue as long as we can, but I see that the time is very short.
Okay, I have here Latifa. She has something to say.
Yeah, hello. How are
Hi.
you?
Hi.
Hello.